Well, yesterday, a Democratic state representative was elected Speaker of the Pennsylvania State House of Representatives after being nominated by a Republican. Representative Mark Rozzi of Berks County defeated Republican Carl Metzger by a margin of 30 votes in a near evenly split House.
And joining us live with more about the new Speaker and his surprise announcement yesterday afternoon is our Pennsylvania State Capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon. Brendan?
Renata and Nick, good evening. Well, with a death and two recent resignations for House Democrats, many were expecting fireworks as 101 Republicans and the 99 Democrats in the House would have to come together and agree on a Speaker of the House. But what many were not expecting was the nomination for Democrat State Representative Mark Rozzi, nor was anyone really expecting his surprise announcement that came shortly after he defeated Representative Carl Metzger for Speaker of the House.
The Commonwealth that is home to Independence Hall will now be home to this Commonwealth's first independent Speaker of the House.
Speaker Mark Rozzi shocked both sides Tuesday with his announcement to serve as an independent speaker.
I do not intend to caucus with either party on the legislative happenings of the House.
Rozzi is well known for his advocacy to support victims of childhood sexual abuse.
Create a 2-year window for child sex abuse victims who could not file lawsuits before.
A survivor of Catholic clergy abuse himself, Rozzi worked closely with Republican Jim Gregory and others to support bipartisan bills that mirrored the grand jury's recommendations after its investigation into abuse by Catholic clergy. Gregory nominated Rozzi and says he has what it takes to lead as Speaker.
We need a Speaker like Representative Rozzi, who has a proven history of making tough decisions for people over politics.
Lawmakers on both sides were anticipating a wide variety of scenarios to unfold yesterday, but it's safe to say an independent speaker was not on the list.
We knew the dynamics were going to be interesting.
Representative Clint Owlett says an independent speaker could prevent gridlock.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to see good things. I want to see good policies moving forward in Pennsylvania.
That's a sign of a healthy democracy.
It's unprecedented, but it may be just what the lower chamber needs, according to Dr. Jeffrey Bloodworth.
And this is a case of where actually the legislature, right, actually brokered, a solution.
Bloodworth says it's an example of how government should work, especially at a time when agreeing on a speaker is a sore subject.
The whole country is being hamstrung by less than 20 members of the House. Look to the states. See what the grown-ups are doing? Look at the kids' table in Washington.
Now, even though Rozzi claims that he will be an independent Speaker of the House, the big question really is, will he actually leave the Democratic caucus, House caucus, and reaffiliate as an independent? Republicans say changing his party affiliation to independent is a must. However, if he does become an independent, keep in mind that could further complicate the numbers for Democrats in the House and the majority of the House as we go forward. So a lot that's still going to be happening and changing here. We're going to keep a very close eye on it in the coming weeks, and we'll bring you the very latest. But for now, reporting live at the Pennsylvania Capitol for WENY News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Renata and Nick, back to you.